and what you say about things shifting for our generation. I'm 28, you're 28.
Yeah.
And in my practice with my one-on-one clients, I work with men and women in their 20s and 30s, usually ages, I would say about 22 to 37, something like that.
Yep.
Maybe 20 to 35, around there.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I first started coaching people and when I first started speaking and I was trying to figure out, what's my niche and who can I help?
Mm-hmm.
I realized that there is something very particular and unique about this generation.
Mm-hmm.
And we have issues that other generations never had.
Yeah.
And, we've got insane numbers of anxiety and depression.
Mm-hmm.
Our romantic relationships are all kinds of messed up and distorted in a million different ways. We also have a million great qualities. We're very creative. We're, very progressive. We are, we were the firsts to do so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's great things about this millennial generation as well. But being of this generation, and struggling acutely with so many of the things that are quintessentially millennial.
Yeah.
I was able to overcome some of those things and then say, okay, these are the people I know how to help because I am them.
Yeah. Gosh, that's such a great point. And one thing that I've been asking myself and my parents and their parents, and something that, I love to ask questions. I love to ask deep questions. I always love asking, what's been the biggest either technological breakthrough or thing that was most impactful to you in your life, right? My grandparents said television. My dad says the cell phone. Right. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm like, what is it to me right now? And it's just, you said it in one way or another. There's so many things that we've experienced first.
Yeah.
That it's almost like it's maybe too early for us to answer that, but it just goes to show there is so much still coming that we can't even understand yet. That's probably already in motion. And it's a lot for our generation to deal with. So I definitely resonate with you on that.
It is, and it's a lot for the next generation to deal with as well, because the thing is that, look, I'm no technology expert, but I am an expert on people and the way that we function and the way that we think in our psychology. And I mean, expert sounds pretentious. I mean, this is my area of study. I don't mean I'm an expert. I'm a master of nothing. But this is what I've kind of dedicated my life learning about. And what I can tell you is that how we are as human beings is not caught up with where we are technologically and where we are in society.
Yeah.
So the advances and technologically, our brains are not there. Our brains are intellectually smart enough to create those things, but our emotional brains are still the emotional brains of 10,000 years ago, and the things that trigger our anxiety and the things that we need on an emotional level, we are not caught up to the stimuli that is being presented to us in society and in technology. So emotionally, we are very antiquated, just beings, and that's neither good nor bad. It's just how we are. So we've sort of skipped over our emotional development and gone into Instagram and Facebook and career and money and real estate and all of these other incredible things that are available to us. But we've skipped the most important thing for our own development in the world and being able to live successfully, which is our emotional condition.
Gosh, that was so spot on. I haven't heard anybody sort of explain it like that, but you're so right. Like, we're still kind of cavemen when it comes down to it to a certain extent, right?
We are, man. And look, I'm, I don't mean to sound like somebody from the 50s, but men and women are very, very different. Any psychologist worth his or her salt,
Yeah.
any sociologist, anybody who really studies men and women will tell you that we are not the same. Our brains are not the same. We don't seek the same things in relationships. We don't bring the same things in relationships. So I'm all for the equal, egalitarian treatment of everybody. But there are certain truths we have to recognize about, again, our emotional condition, our relationships, what we need, what men need, what women need, where the differences are among us. So, like the progressive movement to make everything equal, whether you think that's a good thing politically or a bad thing politically is irrelevant to me. The fact is that it's way more advanced than where we are emotionally.
Yeah.
We are still kind of like cavemen from an emotional perspective.